of Birla Institute of Technology and Science, Pilani, Mr. Kashyap is endearingly referred to as the father of rural marketing, and he has justified the title regularly over the years. From being a marketing advisor for the Ministry of Rural Development, he has also served on Prime Minister Office and Chief Minister Committees on Rural Development. He is a World Bank and United Nations consultant. He was Chairman, Khadi Commission National Marketing Committee and member of the NABARD and SIDBI National Advisory Committees. He has worked in the corporate sector for the first 20 years with MNCs like Exide, Bosch and Denso, and the next 20 years as a rural development and marketing advisor.
He has worked relentlessly to create tens of thousands of livelihoods for rural poor through collective marketing, public-private partnerships, and 300 Ram Shri Melas organized in 75 cities for sale of rural products. He conceptualized and implemented Project Shakti with Hindustan Unilever to appoint 46,000 poor women from microfinance groups as company dealers and has pioneered another low-cost, last-mile rural distribution model by appointing village entrepreneurs on bicycles for many FMCG and rural companies. He has also pioneered the concept of inclusive marketing. Mr. Kashyap was the only speaker from India at Cannes Lions 2008 among the 50 global speakers that addressed the 2,000 participants in France, where his topic was Rural India, the Emerging Market. He was also the keynote speaker at an international conference in 2010 on inclusive marketing in Chicago. He has given talks at the University of Cambridge and London Business School, UK, and was recently invited to speak on Mart, an endearing organization, and freedom from poverty by TEDx Deccan and TEDx Knowledge City, respectively. It would be our great honor to welcome the keynote speaker for the conclave, Mr. Pradeep Kashyap, founder and chairman emeritus, Mart Global.
I now request Professor Uma Shankar to felicitate Mr. Kashyap and our esteemed guests from Mart.
Respected Professor Uma Shankar, distinguished faculty, eminent speakers of the day, and my dear students. It is indeed a pleasure to be here today to share some of my thoughts on innovation relevance, particularly in the field of marketing, but even on an overall context. The history of modern innovation starts with the Industrial Revolution. So, the whole innovation story is not even 300 years old. All innovation before that happened at local levels, which was really high, and it could spread maybe from one village to another, and that was about it. But it's when the modern industry came and innovation started happening, R&D labs started getting conceptualized. However, over these 300 years, innovation is focused around the Western markets. And it is for the more affluent Western consumer. The axis of innovation started shifting to the South only in the last decade or so, as the BRIC countries and other countries started emerging, which are now called the emerging markets. So, the challenges become very different when we talk about innovating or relevance of business models for emerging markets. The difference essentially is that the Western markets were resource rich, they had very good infrastructure, and they had small, homogeneous populations. On the other hand, the emerging markets are resource poor, they have very poor physical infrastructure, and there is a big heterogeneous population. So you then have to plan your innovation, strategize your business models around different segments of the market. So let's just take India as an example of the emerging market, and it's a truly great example. Till about 20 years back, we were a very poor country. 1991, things started happening after that. Now, if I take certain numbers, and I'll focus more on the rural market, you can apply the same numbers to the urban market as well. But because my focus has been for the last 25 years on the rural market, so I use those numbers. In 2010, the total population in rural India was 800 million. Out of that, 400 million people, that was 50% of the population, lived on less than $1 a day. Extreme poverty. 350 million people lived at between $1 to $5, which is, as we call it, the middle income group. It's not the middle class, it's the middle income group. And there were just 50 million people who earned more than $5 a day. In just one decade, from 2010 to 2020, we are already in 2018, these numbers, which was in the form of a pyramid, 50, 350, and 400, has morphed into a diamond, and the base of the diamond has now become just 250 million. So 150 million poor have moved to the middle income. And they are the people who are going to be first-time users of brands. So since we are talking about relevance of brand and building brand strategies, so these strategies will have to be built around these 150 million. And if you look at the top of the pyramid, there were 50 million rich people, so-called rich. That number is increasing dramatically to 150 million, 3 times. Now, in one decade, not even in China have we seen such a transformation. So we always feel that the Chinese economy is far, far ahead of us. It is. But what we have achieved in one decade is truly spectacular. If we can maintain this, then the rural market has a very bright future. And already, the rural market is bigger than the urban market for all categories, from FMCGs to durables to the media to any other category, including, of course, agriculture is 100% rural tractors and harvesters and others. So therefore, the emerging markets now become very important, and therefore all focus has to be on developing business models, products, processes around this developing market. But the approach to innovation will have to be very different. And why do I say that? Because the first is that affordability continues to be a critical issue. Because we are still at that $5 or less a day. And it is the ingenuity of the Indian mind which has created the most remarkable solution, which is the single-serve sachet, the Sapience. Can you imagine that sachet sells for ₹1? That includes the price of the product, it includes the packaging, it includes the transportation, it includes the distribution, it includes the advertising cost, it includes the channel margin, and still the company makes a profit. Nowhere else in the world can you have people thinking, so ingeniously. So since Mart has been at the forefront of innovation in rural India, over these 25 years, I have developed a few mantras, which we've always shared with companies. And throughout my talk, I'll be sprinkling the whole thing with examples. And these are all examples from our work. because two things. One, I've never attended a business school in my life. Two, I've never read Philip Kotler. So I have no knowledge of theory, and yet I've ended up writing a book based entirely on our practice. So my first mantra is we should be producing products in this country which give 75% performance of MNC products or international products, but at 50% price, because affordability remains a critical issue. And the most classic examples of these are Nirma at one time versus Surf. So Nirma was priced at half the price of Surf, and literally wiped out Surf. And then Hindustan Lever had to come out with a bill to counter the Nirma strategy. And then emerged Ghadi. Does anybody in this room know who's the manufacturer of Ghadi? Which company manufactures Ghadi washing powder? Ghadi today is a bigger brand than Wheel. Wheel was the #1 detergent powder in India. Ghadi has last year displaced Wheel as the largest producer of detergents in India. The company is called Kanpur Trading Corporation, based of course in Kanpur. I think most students would not know about it because we are grammar struck, which is around leaders. My son worked with leaders for 6 years, so he said that proudly. I also say it half proudly because I think there are far many more people sitting outside of leaders who have remarkable minds. The success of Ghadi is very simple. They started with UP, and from there they moved to Gujarat and Rajasthan. Even today, they are not an all-India company. They are selling their products in just 4 states. And outside levers were selling across the country. The strategy simply was to map the quality of water in these different states. So wherever the water was hard, they added a softener. Wherever the water is not hard, they save money on that softener. So that gives you one clue that solutions in this country will have to be regional. They cannot be all India solutions because we are not one market, we are 20 markets in India. When I used to work for Bosch, we were the largest supplier of refrigeration equipment in the world. We also used to export very large quantity from Michael. And every country in Africa was treated separately, every country in Europe was treated separately. But when it came to India, we look at India as one market. You know, the scale of UP would have fit in many of these countries, or Bihar, or any of these states. So, in the coming years, our solution will have to be region specific. The third example, of course, is Nano, which had the right intentions and the right story, but they told it the wrong way. So it went wrong. But the price was half of what was available in the market in that same CC horsepower category. So we will have to apply our minds to find solutions which are much more affordable, because that's how we will expand the market. Otherwise, we will remain a niche player at the top end of the market. The other is that we will have to produce more from less resources for more people. You understand? That we have to produce more from limited resources and for a very fast-growing population of, before I could count, I thought not by 2 billion, now it's already 1.3, and it's growing so rapidly. And we are a resource-scarce country. We are a heterogeneous population, and our physical infrastructure is very poor. And solutions in the rural markets and small town markets will have to be around the situation or the ecosystem in those areas. So the problem is you cannot design products for rural India or small town India or for emerging markets anywhere in the world in your labs. The Western model of innovation is R&D driven, R&D of labs. So even in India, GE has set up a 4,000 engineers strong set up in Bangalore. And there are many such companies, DuPont and others who set up these R&D facilities in India. But going forward, for emerging markets, the R&D model is not going to work. And let me share why. And bring in a few examples here. We were hired by Shell Oil Company, based in London, to develop and market improved cook stoves. Every family in rural India uses a cook stove. Mostly traditional. When we started work on this project, and this was in Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, when we went out to these markets, we had all gone with the mindset that the design of the cook stove will be very similar to our gas stoves. So, the height of the cook stove will be around 4 or 5 inches. The mouth opening will be a certain way. But when we went out there, what we learned was that rural cooking is done only at the ground level, at the floor level. In every state, in every village of India, that is the reality. But when you go with an urban mindset, you go with your set of experiences and believe that that's the way it's going to be. So, we found that unlike the 4 or 6 inches, the rural cook stove will have to be between 12 and 18 inches because it's at the ground. Even the utensils that you use on that cook stove are different. So you and I are very familiar with the pressure cooker. The pressure cooker has both handles on one side. Because you are cooking at the countertop, so lifting your pressure cooker, putting it on the burner, taking it off, it's a very easy motion, ergonomic. But try and lift a pressure cooker filled with 1 kilo of rice, because the rural people eat a lot of rice, big quantities, they have a big appetite, they do manual work. Plus 4 liters or 3 liters of water in it, and you try and lift it from the ground level with the panel on one side, and you'll be giving a lot of business to orthopedic surgeons and orthopedic doctors who really hurt your back. That's where the kadhai of the kadhai comes in. All heavy things have their handle on both sides. So that was the second change or second thing that we noticed. The third thing is the fuel that rural people use for cooking starts from firewood which they go and cut from the jungle, to cow dung cakes which they dry, which when you go down the highway you'll see probably mountains of cook stove and cow dung cakes. In addition to that, agricultural waste, once they have taken out the produce, then whatever is lying in the field, they cut it and bring it down and use that for cooking. So, there's a variety of cooking fuels that they use. The challenge is, how do you get the similar thermal efficiency across these different fuels? Okay. The challenge also is that how do you decide the mouth opening of the cook stove? Because it will vary with the kind of food you use, and it will vary with the kind of draft that you're going to create. Okay? Now, if you are trying to design this cook stove in your R&D labs, you will have gone wrong at every stage, from the height of the cook stove to the mouth opening to everything. And we did a similar exercise for another multinational company. And they suggested to us that the easiest way out would be and let's just make briquettes. And then the thermal efficiency is consistent because we have a fixed mouth opening. Not realizing that how you reach those briquettes to those remote areas. They also suggested that we should attach a fan to improve the draft so that they can get better fuel, better consumption and combustion. So the point I'm trying to make, or I'm trying to get to, sensitize to the fact that the reality out there is very different from the reality of our own living. So there is a process of unlearning before we can get into the learning stage. When I came into the sector 30 years back, I had worked in multinational for 20 years, and incidentally, when you read out my thing, that's a 10-year-old thing, I'll be completing 50 years of work next year. I took a vow that the first year of my existence in this sector, I would not open my mouth because I didn't have anything to say. I only had to learn. That everything was different, from a multinational super-booted guy to wearing kurta pajama and going out there and not knowing anything about rural life. Let me take another example. Now, Gillette, the world's largest shaving systems company, they suddenly realized that rural India is a big market. 800 million people, of which 400 million would be adults, of which 200 million would be men. So, it's a huge market. Over Europe would be about that size in terms of numbers. So they decided to introduce a product for India's rural market. This was a twin blade system. And they did some value engineering to bring down the cost because they realized that affordability is an issue. So they made a rubber handle instead of a part handle. And they reduced the number of parts so that they could bring down costs. So they could bring it down by about 15-20%. And they started selling this in rural India. And the product bombed. Now, why it bombed was not because of affordability. It became reasonably affordable. The problem was that this product was designed in the labs. They had not gone in the field to understand how rural people, rural men, what is their usage and their behavior with shaving products. You don't have running water in rural India. So all the men here in this room would know, the ones who don't have a beard at least, that all of us shave either with the tap running, so you keep cleaning the razor. There's no running water in rural India. The other thing is that rural people don't shave every day. They shave only on the day they go to town, which may be every third day, every fourth day, with the result that the space between the two blades was getting clogged. And because there was no running water, the system becomes ineffective. You can't use it. So they realized their blunder that they had not understood the consumer usage and behavior. So they went back this time, but they designed the product along with the men in the villages. So they went to a few villages as their test villages, and they redesigned the product. And what they learned was that however large your house may be in India, mostly people live in urban, two-bedroom place, two-room place. These houses have only one toilet. If you are very village, you will find out that most of the homes have only one toilet. And morning, there is pressure on the toilet. Okay? Because the child has to go to school, so he or she has to have a bath. The grandfather has to use the toilet, whatever. So the man never gets a chance to use the toilet. So where do men shave? They take aluminium mug, fill it up with water, and sit outside the toilet on the steps or on whatever they can find, and they pull out their razor and their shampoo and their shave cake for creating the lather or whatever. And that's how we shave. So they don't have a mirror. Now, I want to request all of you that when you shave tomorrow morning, don't shave in front of a mirror and find out how you will feel. It's a very difficult proposition to shave without the mirrors. You will cut yourself and make yourself. So that was the lesson they learned, that men don't shave in front of a mirror. So the two-blade thing also gets flogged. So they have now gone back to a single blade idea. The only thing they have done is they have adjusted the angle of the blade so that it becomes safer and you can continue to shave without the mirror. Of course, it doesn't give you a clean, smooth shave where you have the track 3 and now maybe the track 4 and track 6, I don't know what. So it gives you a clean, smooth shave and then you have that girl next to you, because you had a clean shave. So this is, in rural India, that doesn't count for anything. You're stuck with that for life forever. So the importance of shaving in rural India is not to have a clean, smooth shave. It is to have a neat-free shave so that you don't cut it. So you see how the usage of the same product in different situations. So you have to design your products understanding the rural or the consumer, whoever you be, in a small town or urban. Now, based on years of experience, I have created what I call the 3 P's innovation framework. These 3 P's stand for the product, the processes, and the people. People is the organization. So innovation or business models have to go across these 3, which means you have to take a holistic view of innovation, which is you have to look at the product, its design, its usage. Okay? You have to look at the processes. What are the processes? So it can be the delivery process, it can be the packaging process, the communication process, the manufacturing process. So there are several processes involved in designing a solution. So far we talked about the product. The point I want to end the product story is by saying that 95% of global R&D funds are spent on product innovation, product development, which means that we have already extracted a lot of value from the product. And the product is no longer going to add very much more value and your bottom lines. So this is where we then come to the processes. So unlike the product, there's hardly any work being done on process innovation. And therefore, there is a lot of value lying locked up in processes. And if we can unlock this value, then we can create much better bottom lines for our company. Let me give you a very successful example, which is the latest Project Shakti, which was mentioned very briefly in the file. So Unilever is the largest FMCG company in India, in fact bigger than all the others put together. They had a challenge. The challenge was that the urban markets are saturated for their products. Small town markets they have reached. The bigger villages of 2,000 plus population also they have covered. So these villages which they have covered between 2,000 and 5,000 population account for 50% of the rural population. But the remaining 50% of the rural population, which is below 2,000 village population, is uncovered, right? But there is demand there. So the product is not reaching there, therefore Face and other brands are getting there. So Unilever was forced to now open these smaller markets. The challenge there is that the deeper you go into rural India and smaller locations, the cost of transaction goes up, the size of the order shrinks, and how do you recover your money? So they put a very tough challenge to us. They said, we find a solution where we are a cash and carry model. So when we supply products to whoever is that retailer, we have to get our money immediately. So we take the goods and get the money. That was challenge number one. The second thing they said is we are not sure about this market. So we don't know how well it's going to develop. So we are not willing to invest big funds in infrastructure development. So it should be a very low infrastructure cost model. The third is that we are not interested in pilot. We are a big company. So we are looking at a solution which will spread very quickly across the country. So a model that can be upscaled very quickly. So we took up this challenge and we said, okay, so what do we do? I'm very fortunate that we were at that time working with self-help groups, as you know, the profile also read that we work very closely both with the development sector, NGOs, the government, and also with the corporate sector. So we are kind of a bridge between these two sectors. So we have been working with these microfinance self-help groups. We were trying to help them find livelihoods. So that's the main task of these self-help groups. And the kind of activities they were doing was, selling vegetables, selling milk, or selling fish. These are heavy perishable items. So we start selling in the morning at price X. By the evening, the prices come down to expected. And by the next morning, it's come down to almost zero. So we realized that the products that Unilever has, their basket, it includes daily use products. So there's tea, there's washing powder, a lot of products that even the poor would use. And why did we then use these self-help group women? Because they could take a loan from their group. Unilever required 25,000 rupees to start this business. In a village, you would hardly find anybody who has 25,000 rupees cash. But here they could take a loan from the bank. So that's how they could sort of solve this problem. So, without going into any more details, the point I want to make is that today, Unilever gets 20% of its total sale through this channel. So their total sale is now more than 10,000 crores. So they are getting almost 2,000 crores of sale through this model. So this is nothing but a process innovation. The products remain the same. The packaging remains the same. There are no new products that have been introduced. It's just that you change the delivery process, which was not possible with their existing business model. So you have created a new business model which is sustainable, scalable, and good. So this is where the focus has to be on business design, business models, and you'll find that again and again there's a lot of value that can be extracted from processes. You take the communication process. If you're selling a tractor, I think it's of no value promoting it on television. Because nobody will buy a tractor by looking at a tractor ad, but you're spending a huge amount of money. If you can use the right platforms, in the mandi, outside the mandi, you put up a stall, that's far more relevant because only farmers will come there. So potential buyers will come there, or the big melas. So if you just change the platforms, you change the process, and the results can be dramatically different. Okay. Another very interesting account. Novartis, the pharmaceutical industry really depends on molecule development. Because every time you have to get a new medicine, new cure, And this could be a very expensive process. You spend millions of rupees, millions of dollars really, to develop a new molecule, because the failure rate is very high. After 10 ideas, only one thing you get finally may fructify into a brand or into a drug. So Novartis approached us and said, India is the capital of tuberculosis. We have the highest incidence of tuberculosis in the world. And Novartis is the biggest manufacturer of TB drugs in India. But you know that pharmaceutical industry is not allowed to advertise. So they said we are spending a huge amount of money, but we are not getting full value of that money because that many patients are not coming. And interestingly, the government has the DOTS program, which is a free program for tuberculosis treatment. Now, against that, Novartis said that it will have to be on payment basis. It can't be for free because we are not a charitable organization. We are a commercial company. So the challenge was that there is a free program and there is a program that comes with a cost. But when we did the study, we found this free was actually not free. Because one, every time you have to go to the nearby town for a checkup to meet the doctor, get your lab test done, and take your x-rays, somebody has to accompany you. So the person who accompanies you, he or she loses his daily wage. Okay? Then there is the cost of travel. So there were several costs. So we worked out that the total cost comes to about 6,000 rupees at the end of it. And even there, many patients actually don't get full treatment and therefore don't get cured. And the reason for that is that, one day the son will administer the drugs, the next day it will be the father, there will be the daughter-in-law. So somewhere or the other it breaks down. So with Novartis, we worked out a full private sector channel from the doctors to the test labs to the chemists, and ultimately this program has benefited about 5 million people in India, and more than 15,000 of them have been cured. And this model is now gone to 5 countries across the globe. It's a very, very successful model. So yeah, a process-driven model. So the drug remains the same, everything else remains the same. It's just that you have introduced the concept of a health entrepreneur. He looks out for 30 cases, and he is the one who administers the drugs. He's the guy who goes along with them to the field, and he makes the money by the drugs that are sold. He gets a commission on it. So it's a fully sustainable, self-sustaining model. Okay. And my last thought is the people. And this is where I think a lot of work needs to be done. So the people really is the organization. The present day organization was again started during the Industrial Revolution. And what was the purpose of this organization? Was control and command. To ensure that the worker is giving you the right number of the right output. And they're not fighting around or whatever. So it's control and commanding. And today's world changed completely. We are now talking about empowering people. We are talking about giving back to society. We are talking of social responsibility. We are talking of motivation. We are talking of attrition. We are talking of a whole lot of different issues. But the organization is not important. The organization, in essence, still remains a control and command setup. So what we need to look at is how do we create a new generation organization which can take care of all these things. Okay, so companies that will pursue the larger purpose will do the best because profit will come from their purpose. The Tata Group is a classic example of how they have been constantly concerned about the consumer and they have created a huge brand equity, especially in rural areas. They don't have to advertise in rural India. They just say product and and it's survived more than 100 years. It's a very profitable group now. So really profits will come out of purpose. So we should not take a short-term view of extracting profit of, getting the money from the consumer. If we serve his needs and if we are honest in doing that, then profits will follow. And some of the best companies in the area of innovation really are 3M, Google, Microsoft. These companies, they create a culture of innovation. And that's what we need to do. So when we were looking at Mart as an organization, I realized that there are essentially three kinds of organizations that exist in the world. The first is the NGO. The NGO is a social harm organization. They're the do-gooder of society. Okay. Now, but they also have a social mind, which means that they don't have a strategic thinking mind, which can scale up operations. So if you look at the NGO world, you hardly find anybody spreading themselves beyond one or two districts because their thinking is up to that level. And then you have the corporate sector, which is diametrically opposite, which is all the time focused only on profits, not on people, not on consumer, but really how to extract more money from the consumer, how to become more profitable. And then you have the government, which has their own kind of heart and their own kind of mind. So it actually doesn't end up doing very much good. It's really the fourth quadrant, which is the new age generation organization, which is the business mind social work organization. Because the business mind social work organization will look at their consumers as a part of their family, whom they have to benefit. On the other hand, they will use the most strategic thinking to create a sustainable organization. So what are the characteristics of this kind of organization? The first is that it's based on family values. Why do we talk about family values? Because I found that we join a company, we leave a company. So we're not loyal to just one company. We can even leave our partners. But the one institution that we never leave throughout our lives is the family. So we may be living in the US, but we come back to India to meet our parents, and our parents die, and we come back to meet our relatives. Okay? And that name always stays with you. So whatever is your family name. So therefore, we have focused Mart as a business mind social work organization. And we are the first and only company actually in the world which uses this as a tagline, business mind social work. The CEOs of these companies would be servant leaders. During the meltdown in 2008, we saw how American CEOs were earning 200 times, 500 times the salary of the US. Now, this kind of organization cannot be sustainable for long. What Peter Drucker said nearly 100 years back was that the salary of the CEO should not be more than 20 times the salary of the lowest paid. In Mart, it's about 15 times only. Because then you're not creating that huge hiatus between the worker and the top level. As Indians, I think most of us are still And what we realized for corporate existence, what does spirit parity mean? Spirit parity really means the oneness of all of us. So we don't compete with each other, we cooperate with each other. So success of organization will depend on cooperation, on partnerships, on networking, and not on competing. Because that's a lose-lose game. A win-win game is 1 plus 1 is 11. So that's what we need to look at. Emotional intelligence is something that we started talking about 20 years back when the book came out. But corporate India has not really absorbed the whole potential of the emotion. Because as human beings, we are only managers. We are emotional beings. So we think much beyond just numbers. So these is the new generation organization will look at people as human beings and not just managers. Now, the best innovations, how do they happen? Let me give you an example. When James Watt invented the steam engine, the principle is very simple, that steam expands. When it expands, the piston moves back, and then the piston goes back. So through a reciprocating motion and a set of levers, we create rotating motion, and that's how the wheels of the engine move. So there was an engineer in rural England by the name of Elias Hope. His wife was a seamstress. So she used to make stitch clothes using a needle and thread, and the whole day you would see his wife using this needle and thread, inspiring effort. And he really loved his wife, whatever she was doing. So he said that he had to find a solution. So he went about designing a solution because that if I reverse the process, that if I create a rotary motion and then through a set of levers, I can create a reciprocating motion, because that is what needle and threads are all about. And he designed that machine. Finally, he borrowed a needle from his wife and he tried to fit that needle into the trap. And what did he find? That the thread, the eye of the needle, as you know, is at one end of the needle. So when it goes up and down, right, there is no movement of this, so you can't actually just keep going up and down, but it doesn't stitch. Okay? And when he turned it around and he tried to put the eye end into the trap, then the eye disappears, and the thread disappears. So he didn't know what the answer was. And now in hindsight it seemed very simple. He kept trying some solution in his lab, and he got so tired he fell asleep. And in his sleep, he had a dream. And in that dream, he saw that cannibals had taken possession of him, and they are now leading him up to the altar. There's a big vessel lying there, and steam is coming out of it because water is boiling in it. And he is going to be sacrificed there. So while he was going up the altar, you find that these cannibals are all painted in war paint. And they have their spears in their hand. And he suddenly saw that the spear had a board in the middle of the spear. He immediately got up. He was very, it was a huge nightmare. He thought that's the end of his life. And he came out and he ran to his lab. He took the drill machine, drilled the hole in the middle of the needle, and that's how the sewing machine came. And I also maintain that when a child falls sick, the doctor gives the medicine, but the child gets well because of the love of the mother. So that love element is very important in the innovation. If you don't love your consumer, you will not be able to come up with the best solutions. And finally, I want to talk about the role of intuition. We talk about information, knowledge, wisdom, and intuition. Now, in a campus like this, you are given the tools and techniques of analyzing problems. But in real life, as all of us are executives, we know that you have to not only analyze, but you have to synthesize, and then finally you have to come up with a solution. So that synthesis process, there is no formula or no lab. The synthesis is really going into your intuition. Just a small story here about, you heard about Ray Kroc. Ray Kroc is the guy who started McDonald's. Now, Ray Kroc used to make multi-mixer milkshake machines. And one of his clients in California, he was in Chicago. And in California, there was a client who had bought 8 of his multi-mixers. So he was quite intrigued that why would anybody buy 8 of them for a store. So he took a trip to California and met the McDonald brothers who were running this. And they could sell only hamburgers and French fries. Nothing else. And milkshakes. And they were selling this packet for 15 cents. At that time, all the other stores were selling it for about 30 cents. So he saw that there was something about this model which could really prove to be a big thing. So in the story he writes that I have this intuition that I have to get involved in this model. So he talked to the McDonald brothers and he offered them that he would want to take up the franchise of this across the country, except California where the McDonald brothers were operating. And at that time, the going rate was 0.5% of the sale would be given as a franchisee to the franchisor. But Ray Kroc offered him 1% to the brothers to induce them. And they signed the contract. Now, you could imagine if the McDonald brothers had continued, how much wealth they would have made, productivity at Ray Kroc, who had over these McDonald stores, and now I'm told there's 30,000 of them. So design thinking or designing is not only a numbers game. Numbers are important, and that's what we're learning here, but I think it's much more than just numbers, because there is this whole thing about experience, about wisdom, about intuition. So these are things which may look alien to you today, but unless you develop intuition, unless you develop that wisdom through, of course, your experience in life, you'll find that these solutions are more theoretical and less doable. So in conclusion, what I would say that you need to focus more on process innovation now, because that's where maximum value is captured. We need to look at work and organization as a business line social setup. And we need to develop intuition, and we need to bring love into our work. Thank you very much.